Start the revolution. That's probably somewhere on Outsider's website. This is the Outsider Revolution Diver, and if you go to their website, they have a lot of promotional copy that likes to state that $2,500 Swiss watches have the same movement in them as this, which is the ETA 2824, which is not necessarily untrue, and a lot of marketing mumbo jumbo of how the Swiss watch industry and too expensive and cutting out the middleman and all that, and it's kind of like you've never been able to buy a $500 Swiss made watch, which to me it's like, well, you've never heard of Steinhardt then, I guess. So, and I'm being a little silly here, I'm being a little over the top on purpose. But when you look at this watch, you see a 43 millimeter watch that kind of resembles Rolex, of course, a Rolex sub. There's some, little changes. Of course, the dial's different. It's not an exact, and the hands aren't exact. It's not going exactly for a sub-homage copy, like, say, the GSHOCK watches or something, or the Steinhardt for the most part. There are some other changes, though, like they decided not to do regular bracelets, so you see the cutout here, something like, Oris does, so if you want, you can't change the strap at all because you'd have to have it custom made. To be able to do so with this cutout in it. Now with Oris, especially with the dive watches, the trade-off is both Oris bracelets and their rubber strap with that seatbelt buckle and everything that you don't have to cut to fit and everything are fantastic and look great on the watch. Whereas this, I mean, you're stuck with the metal bracelet. And I'm not saying that in a trying to say that in a weird way, but if you're not somebody who likes bracelets, obviously this is going to be a no-go for you because you're not going to be able to switch it out unless you spend a considerable amount of money getting a strap, made to your specifications or made to this specifications. Go ahead here and you could take a closer look at the dial. And there's a black dial, there is a blue dial. It is, of course, a sapphire crystal. It is 43 millimeters, 13.5 millimeters thick, 51 millimeter lug to lug. Now, really won't call it lug width, but your bracelet width is 22 millimeters and it tapers down to 20. Go ahead, give you a look around. I mean, it is not that it's not something, or I should say, it's something, of course, we have seen before. This is nothing really new in terms of style, and I really shouldn't be dogging on it for that. It is a nice enough looking watch. You do have a ceramic bezel insert. It does have a pretty decent amount of lume. It's not going to stop the show, if you will, but it is pretty good. Of course, this is a unidirectional rotating bezel. It is 300 meters water resistant. Of course, it does have a screw down crown. There we go. And I'd have to say, overall, I think if the market wasn't just so saturated with this look, I mean, this is a nice enough looking watch. I mean, obviously that's why Rolex is still in business, why Rolex subs are still some of the most popular watches, because of that look. It is just that classic diver look, that classic sub look. So obviously, this is paying homage to it. This is going to be a pretty nice looking watch. You can take a look here at the sides of the case. Now, you can see that you do have screwed lugs here. But again, they're not really going to do much for you because, you're only going to be able to take it off, and then you can't put a quick replacement strap on it. There's a look at your case back there, and you can see the ETA 2824 automatic movement exhibition case back you got going on here. You can see it is very nicely brushed on the back side of the watch, around that case back, around that exhibition case back there. And go ahead and take a look at the bracelet here. Pretty standard fare. Your flip lock dive clasp that we've seen on countless watches. Your Oyster Link bracelet. That's where, though, it gets a little aggravating, at least for me, only because the bracelet system here is a pin and collar system. I've talked about that before here on the channel and website. I'm not a big fan of that. I never will be. Everybody likes to say, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't like it. I like pins. I like one-piece screw bars that go into the links. Not only is it easier, it's just not as aggravating. Pins and collars really do stick in there, and it can be aggravating to pop them out. Now, I did size this. I got about, 2 links. Actually, no, I didn't. I had to put 2 links back in. That's right, I forgot about that. Because it came delivered, and it wouldn't fit. I mean, I was able to get it on the wrist, but I couldn't even really clasp it. It was super, super tight, and I didn't realize that they had done that on purpose, and there was a couple extra links in the packaging. And I added 2 links back into it. The problem with that is that the links are so large that, and I'm in like a no man's land now of I put the 2 links back in. If I took 1 link out, it's still going to be too tight. And there's really no micro adjustments here. You only have that, I moved it over to the second spot. So the watch is actually a little loose on me. So here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. And one thing you could kind of see is that when they were trying to hit that below $500 price point, they might have forgot an anti-reflective coating on the crystal. They should have probably spent that extra $1, went over to $500 price, and gave it a undersided glaze, if you will. But here is a look, and here's what I'm talking about with the bracelet. It's that this is where the room I got left. Now, probably maybe in the summer or the warmer weather, that this wouldn't necessarily be a problem. It'd be a little tighter fit. Of course, in the winter here, this is loose for the way I would prefer to wear a watch. I necessarily don't want my watch hanging down like this, but this is it. If I take that link back out, then I'm not going to be able to get this watch on. So here is what the lume looks like. Now they went with BGW9 Super Luminova here. Now you can see though that the lume pip up here is done in a green. And as you can see, in complete darkness, it glows okay. It does not glow as well as the rest of this dial. All joking aside, you're looking at a watch, $499, ETA 2824, your classic style. Overall, it's built pretty well. No real issues. I mean, I haven't seen any real manufacturing issues. It's finished nicely. I haven't found any sharp edges or anything like that. The lume is pretty good. Everything like that. Now, the bracelet, that's a problem for me. It doesn't really fit me. I'm in that in-between size and there's no go-to. And of course, because of this lug system, of the way this bracelet attaches, I can't go ahead and switch it out to a rubber or a leather strap. I don't know what their thinking was with that there. I get, obviously, they're trying to do something different. One thing that aggravates me, and it's just that I'm not saying that, a lot of different brands have marketing speak on their websites and everything like that. Lots of them do. But, I mean, they keep touting this is under $500, under $500. but it's $499. I mean, come on, they're really hitting it hard there. I think, to me personally, if they just tone that down a bit and just, it is what it is. It's a it's a Rolex homage. It is $500. It does have an ETA 2824 automatic movement in it, and you have a ceramic bezel. It's not small, but it's not oversized or anything like that. It's a decent value for what it is. That's basically the way I'm going to end this review. So if you liked what you see here, I'm going to have a link in the description below to the Outsiders website. Also have a link, of course, to watchreport.com. I'll have a full article on there, full write-up, more of my thoughts and comments, pictures, and everything like that out. So please do check that out. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If this is your first time here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell twice. That way you never miss any of our content. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. This has been a look at the Outsiders Revolution Diver. This has been Don Evans for WatchReport.com. Thanks for watching. Talk to you on the next one.